Are you considering making a move or relocating to the state of Delaware? Well, today's video is for you because we're going to be going over 5 pros and 5 cons of what it's like living here in Delaware. You're going to want to stick around to the end so you don't miss out. What's up, YouTube? My name is Matt Lunden, and I'm an agent with Next Home Tomorrow Realty here in Coastal Delaware. And, like I said in the intro, today we're going to be going over the 5 pros and 5 cons of what it's like living here in the great state of Delaware. And, before we dive too far into the video here, I do just want to say, if you're considering making a move or if you're looking to relocate to the state of Delaware, that's something that we help people with on a daily basis. So if there's anything I can do to help, my information is going to be down in the description as well as here on the screen. Please reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text. I'm happy to help however I can. Whether it's, like I said, you're making a move or relocating, whatever we can do to help, just give me a shout and I'm happy to do so. Without any further ado, let's dive into it. First, we're going to start with our list of pros. First on our list of pros is going to be our taxes in Delaware. Delaware is a pretty tax-friendly state as far as things go here in the United States. It is the 6th lowest as far as property taxes go. So, annual property taxes for a single family home are typically anywhere between $1,000 to $2,500 for the year. I know there's a lot of states that are paying a lot higher than that, and some of the neighboring states that we have are much higher than that, like New Jersey, for instance, which is number 1. I know folks up in New Jersey, New York I think New York's number 4. Folks in those states are paying almost 20 grand, some more than 20 grand a year in property taxes. That's simply not the case here in Delaware. And then Delaware is also one of only 5 states without sales tax. As far as taxes go, Delaware is a pretty friendly state, especially in comparison to our immediate neighbors. And the 4 closest neighbors we have are all within the top, I think, like 20 states for highest property taxes. So, as far as our neighboring states go, here in Delaware, we are pretty tax friendly. Number 2 is going to be our beaches. Delaware is known for its beautiful, unspoiled, clean, family-friendly beaches. Whether you're looking for the bay or the ocean, we've got it all with multiple bays. Whether kayaking, fishing, swimming, just hanging out on the beach is your thing, we've got that covered. Dewey Beach and Rehoboth Beach have annually been given 5-star ratings for water quality, hygiene, and access to facilities. So really, there's something for everybody. If your family or friends or whoever is looking to go to the beach, Delaware is definitely a popular beach destination, and rightfully so. Now we're going to head into number 3. Number 3 is going to be our state park system. Delaware has 17 different state parks in its state park system, and whether you're a kayaker, a fisherman, a disc golf player, a surfer, really there's something, bird watcher, you like historical tours, there's going to be something for everybody in our state park system. With 17 options from the north part of the state all the way down to the bottom of the state, there's something in each location that your friends, family, whoever you're with, they're going to find something to do. And it's really, there's a plethora of activities, and Delaware prides itself on its beautiful state park system. They do a fantastic job with providing enough activities and events throughout the year that it really is a nice thing to have here locally in such a small state. Moving on to number 4 on our list is going to be our proximity to major cities. We've got 4 major U.S. cities along the eastern seaboard here that are all within a pretty short drive, relatively speaking, of just about everywhere in Delaware. You've got Washington, D.C., you've got Baltimore, Maryland, you've got Philadelphia, and then you've got New York City, which are all just a short drive away. So if you're looking to take a day trip to, go experience the arts and entertainment that those cities have to offer, you can certainly do so, and it's not a bad drive at all. Rounding out our list at number 5 is going to be Delaware is a small state, but it's a small state with small town charm. We've got some major metropolis areas, Wilmington, that kind of stuff, and Dover in the state. But for the most part, most of our towns are the place where everybody knows everybody. It's a local hometown feeling. You've got Middletown, Milton, Lewes, Rehoboth, Ocean View, all those towns. You walk into the gas station, everybody knows everybody. It's just that real small town charm that you don't find in a lot of beach communities. And it's something that we're very lucky to have here. And, we're thankful for it. That's going to do it for our list of pros today. Now we're going to take a little dive into the not so awesome things about living here in the first state of Delaware. These are some things that are just going to aggravate you sometimes. Kicking off our list of cons, and number one by far and above the rest of them is going to be the traffic. Delaware is known for not having the greatest traffic, especially in and around the beach area during the summer months. So when you're looking to head down to the resort communities in Rehoboth and Dewey and Lewes and Bethany Beach, you're going to have to pack your patience in there with your beach chair, because you're going to do some sitting on that roadway. Our best advice is to leave pretty early in the morning, or wait until late at night, just so you can miss a lot of that. But if you're traveling anywhere from really 9 a.m. till probably 7 p.m., you're going to be doing some sitting in traffic, especially during the summer months headed down to the beach. But during rush hour too, there's a lot of locals throughout the state that have a job just like in any other state. So when it comes time to head home from work or head into work, they also do some sitting in traffic, especially up in the I-95 corridor up there near Wilmington, where 95 and 295 are at. You just get a lot of cars in the same place at the same time, so you're going to be doing some sitting. So just practice your patience. We do have a little bit slower pace of life down there at the beach, so those folks have gotten used to it and they've gotten accustomed to it, and they live that laid-back lifestyle. So, adapt that while you're in traffic, and you'll have a lot better time. Number two on our list of cons is going to be there's no major league sports. So if you're a sports fan and you want to go catch a live game, you're going to be spending some time in the car to go do so. If you're down in the beach area, that means it's a 2.5, 3 hour drive to DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia, or up to New York to catch your team. There's no NBA, there's no NHL, we got nothing as far as pro sports go. We do have a minor league baseball team, but unfortunately, on Sundays, if you're an NFL fan, the TV has just become your best friend, because you're not going to find a pro game here in the state, like I said, unless you travel to one of those major cities, which ultimately means you're going to be spending a couple hours in the car. And if it's a night game, you're more than likely spending the night in that city. On to number three on our list is going to be the fact that there are no major airports here in the state of Delaware. We do have Newcastle County Airport, but they've only got a limited selection of domestic flights. So if you're someone who travels frequently, or you're looking for international flights, you are going to have to spend some time in the car and head to one of those more major cities to be able to fly. Really internationally, or even a reasonably priced domestic flight. Most of the flights out of Newcastle County are, like I said, they're limited, and the prices aren't always as favorable as you can get when you travel from a more larger airport hub in one of those more major cities. Number four on our list, we're seeing a little bit of a shortage of doctors, especially down in the Sussex County area. Not necessarily a shortage of doctors, but influx of people, which makes getting into the doctor's office a little more difficult. So when you first move into the state, or you first relocate to the state, it's very important that you set up those initial consultation appointments right when you move in. You're gonna, even if you don't need a doctor right now, it's going to be worthwhile to just set up those initial consultations and get yourself squared away with a doctor that you like. That way, when you do need it, you're not waiting a couple months to get in the door. A lot of these doctors are so busy that they are on waiting lists for months at a time. So if you're someone who you're saying, oh, well, I don't need a doctor right now, just go ahead and get your initial consult set up. It's definitely going to save you a headache down the road, and it'll be important to get locked in with that doctor. So if you ever do have an issue, it's not, again, a couple month wait to get into the door. Rounding out our list at number 5 for our list of cons is going to be the cost of living. Yeah, sure, Delaware's got low property taxes and no sales tax, and we got low taxes. That's great, but our cost of living is about 10% higher on average than the United States average. A lot of that is driven by the influx of folks that are moving here from our surrounding states. So we've got housing prices and rent prices increasing pretty much every year for the last 10 years. But we also got the resort area where, where you've got more tourism, so they're going to charge a little bit higher dollar price for things. So if you go to restaurants down at the beach, or if you go to grocery stores down at the beach, you might pay a little bit more than you would, somewhere in one of the more rural areas in the state. But the cost of living, like I said, on average is about 10% higher than the rest of the country's average. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you found some value in what I talked about today. If you did take something away from the video, hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell next to it so you can get notified each week when we go live with these new videos. As I mentioned before, if you're somebody that's moving or looking to relocate to the state of Delaware, it's what we do on a daily basis, and we've got your back. So my information is going to be down in the description as well as on the screen. Feel free to reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm happy to help however I can. And we look forward to seeing you next week.